Now we will solve certain problems using Cauchy residue theorem. First, let me recall the statement of the residue theorem. Suppose a complex valued function f of z is analytic except at finite number of points inside and on C, contour C, then integral over C f of z dz will be 2 pi I into sum of the residues. So using the theorem, we will calculate the value of this integral, namely integral over C z squared minus 2ez whole divided by z squared plus 4 into z plus 1 the whole squared. I have taken C to be the circle mod z is equal to 3. That will be the first part. And for the second part, I will be evaluating the same integral, but the contour is modulus of z plus I is equal to 5 by 2. So first we will begin the evaluation of the integral for the circle mod z is equal to 3. And of course here, how did I say that mod z is equal to 3 is a circle? You replace z with x plus iy. So you will have absolute value of x plus iy or the modulus of x plus iy. You know that mod z is equal to root of x squared plus y squared. So this will be x squared plus y squared is equal to 3 squared, or x squared plus y squared is equal to 9, will be a circle with radius 3 units and center 0, 0. So we have to calculate the residues which lies inside the circle mod z is equal to 3. When a singularity lies outside C, then that do not contribute to the value of the integral. So our priority is to identify the singularities which lies inside C, namely the circle mod z is equal to 3. For that, I take f of z is equal to z squared minus 2ez whole divided by z squared plus 4 into z plus 1 the whole squared. In order to calculate the singularity, I equate the denominator of f of z to be 0. So when I take z squared plus 4 into z plus 1 the whole squared to be 0, we get z is equal to minus 1 twice, because I have z plus 1 the whole squared. So z is equal to minus 1 will be the root of the denominator of f of z, and then when I equate z squared plus 4 is equal to 0, we get z is equal to plus or minus 2y. And when I calculate mod z, modulus of minus 1 will be 1, which is less than 3, namely the radius of the circle. Modulus of 2i is again 2, less than 3. Z is equal to 2i also lies inside C. Now when I take the third singularity, z is equal to minus 2i, and when I calculate the absolute value of z, so modulus of minus 2i will be 2, which is also less than 3. Since the modulus of the roots of the denominator of f of z is less than 3, we can conclude that all the singularities lies inside C. So what we have to do is we have to calculate the residue at these three singularities. We have already seen how to calculate the residue of the function f of z. But again let me repeat, here z is equal to minus 1 is a singularity which appears twice, and if z is equal to a is a singularity which is of order m, or in other words z is equal to a appears m times, then the formula to calculate the residue is 1 by factorial m minus 1 into limit z tending to a d by dz of z minus a whole power m. Sorry, it has to be d power m minus 1 by dz power m minus 1 of z minus a whole power m into f of z. Here m is equal to 2 because z is equal to minus 1 appears twice. So the residue will be 1 by factorial 1. M minus 1 factorial will become 2 minus 1 factorial, which will be 1 factorial. And d power m minus 1 by dz power m minus 1 will become d by dz of z plus 1 the whole square into f of z. And this gets simplified to d by dz of z squared minus 2z by z squared plus 4, and allowing z tending to minus 1, and the value of the residue turns out to be minus 14 by 25. Now z is equal to 2i is a simple pole, and the formula to calculate the residue of the simple pole is limit z tending to a z minus a into f of z. So z squared plus 4 is rewritten as z plus 2i into z minus 2i. F of z is multiplied with z minus 2i, and we allow z tending to 2i. That turns out to be 7 plus I divided by 25. Now I calculate the residue of f of z at z is equal to minus 2i. Z is equal to minus 2i is again a simple pole. So I multiply f of z with z plus 2i, and I allow z to tend to minus 2i. So in this case the residue turns out to be 7 minus I whole divided by 25. So I have calculated the residue at the three singularities, and when I apply the residue theorem, which states that the value of the integral is 2 pi I into sum of the residues, and here I will have integral over c f of z dz is equal to 0, because I have to sum minus 14 by 25 plus 7 plus I by 25 plus 7 minus I whole divided by 25, which turns out to be 0, and therefore the value of the integral over c f of z dz is equal to 0, even though I have three singularities inside C, namely mod z is equal to 3. Now in the second part I am evaluating the same function, but I have changed the contour as mod z plus I is equal to 5 by 2. That is, instead of mod z is equal to 3, I take the contour mod z plus I is equal to 5 by 2. And as usual here, modulus of z minus a is equal to r will represent a circle with radius a comma 0, sorry, with center a comma 0 and radius square root of r. So when I replace z with x plus iy, this will represent a circle with center 0 comma minus 1 and radius will be square root of 5 by 2. Because I am solving the same problem but with a different contour, the singularities will be the same. Z is equal to minus 1, Z is equal to 2i and Z is equal to minus 2i. So out of these three singularities, we have to identify which singularity lie inside C. So in order to identify the singularity which lies inside C, I use the distance between the 2 points x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. Namely, the distance will be square root of x1 minus x2 the whole squared and y1 minus y2 the whole squared. The sum of this under square root. So z is equal to minus 1 is being represented as minus 1 comma 0, because minus 1 is a real number which do not have any imaginary component, and therefore we can write z is equal to minus 1 as minus 1 comma 0. And you know that the center of the circle is 0 comma minus 1. And when I use the distance formula, I get the value as root 2, distance between the points minus 1 comma 0 and 0 comma 1 is root 2, which is strictly less than root 5 by 2. Root 5 by 2 is the radius. The distance between the 2 points, namely the center and the point z is equal to 1, is less than the radius. I can conclude that z is equal to minus 1 lies inside C. Now I take the second singularity, z is equal to 2i, and I can represent this z is equal to 2i as 0 comma 2, because z is equal to 2i do not have any real part, and of course the imaginary part is 2, so 0 comma 2. I find the distance of the point 0 comma 2 from the center 0 comma minus 1 using the distance formula. And when I calculate the distance, it turns out to be root 9. And we know that root 9 is greater than root 5 by 2, and therefore I can conclude that z is equal to 2i lies outside C. Now for the third case, z is equal to minus 2i. The real part is 0, imaginary part is minus 2. Therefore I can represent z is equal to minus 2i as 0 comma minus 2. And when I calculate the distance of the point 0 comma minus 2 with 0 comma minus 1, I get the distance as square root of 1, and square root of 1 is strictly less than root 5 by 2. So I conclude z is equal to minus 2i lies inside C. So out of the three singularities for the function f of z, two of them lies inside C and one, namely z is equal to 2i, lies outside C. And this singularity z is equal to 2i do not contribute to the value of the integral, as z is equal to 2i lies outside C. In the first part, I have calculated the residue of the function f of z when z is equal to minus 1 and z is equal to minus 2i. And that turns out to be minus 14 by 25 for z is equal to 1, and 7 minus I whole divided by 25 when z is equal to minus 2i. And when I use the residue theorem, namely integral over C f of z dz is equal to 2 pi I into sum of the residues, we get the value of the integral as 2 pi I into minus 7 minus I whole divided by 25. So this is how we calculate the value of the integral using residue theorem. Let me give a summary of what has been done in this video lecture. We have to evaluate the value of the integral using residue theorem, and for that you have to first identify the singularities which lies inside C. And once when you identify the singularities which lie inside C, for those singularities you calculate the residues, find the sum of the residues, multiply it with 2 pi I, that will give you the value of the integral. You can just try out with certain problems which is given as practice problems, and if you have any queries in it, you can approach the teacher and get it clarified.